What's going on, guys? The Iron Jesse here, and welcome back to my new TV show review. And today I'm doing my TV show review on Wonder Man with no spoilers. So, this is the new MCU series for 2026, the first one for the year. So, I did watch all 8 of the episodes for the series itself. It already streamed on Disney Plus last week on January 27th, 2026. And here are my honest thoughts about it. So, ever since I reacted to that trailer since last year in October, I was just concerned about it since I was pretty sure I didn't know like what the series about after they dropped the trailer itself. And when I watched all 8 of the episodes, I thought this show was pretty good. Since I've seen like the positive reviews right here, the Rotten Tomato reviews, and also like seeing some people like saying some good things about it since it was a huge hit and I had a really fun time watching it. So when I watched the episodes, I understand like the whole series is about like Simon being an actor and also everything else, but turns out the whole show was very great and I totally enjoyed it. So I did had a fun time watching all the episodes for the series itself, and I totally did like the cool scenes with the characters and also everything else, and I was just impressed by it. So for the cast members, we get to see Simon Williams, aka Wonder Man himself, played by Black Manta himself, which is Yaya Abdul-Mateen. So Yaya did an outstanding job playing as Simon in all of the episodes for the series itself. I thought he was still a very great actor in my opinion. So yeah, Yaya still did a very good job playing as Simon in all the episodes for the series since I really like the good quality for the character himself and he just totally nailed it in my opinion. And we also get to see like Tugberg as Von Kovac, aka the actor who played that president in the James Gunn Superman movie. I thought he did a very good job playing as Von Kovac in the show since I love his character right here and I love the quality for him. He just totally crushed it for the lineup itself. I do apologize for not pronouncing his name right since I still have trouble doing that and do apologize about that. We get to see X Mile as Julian Jackson. I totally love her character. She still did a good job playing as Julian Jackson in the episodes for the series, all of them actually. So yeah, she totally crushed it right here for the series itself. And yeah, I just love her character and her personality while she was playing the character in all of the episodes. And yeah, she totally crushed it. And we get to see the return of Aaron Maya as P. Clary. So I'm glad he came back to play as him again. I feel like it has been a while since we've seen him in some of the MCU projects. Well, the last time we saw him playing as that character was in the Ms. Marvel show from 2022. So I feel like that was like the last time we've seen him, but I'm so happy that he came back in the Wonder Man show since I totally dig his character. He's still known playing as the kid. What I meant to say was he really nailed him in the MCU projects, especially No Way Home. And we get to see the return of the one and only Trevor Slattery himself, played by the one and only Sir Ben Kingsley. So once again, Ben did a very awesome job playing as Trevor Slattery in the MCU, especially the series itself. So I really love the funny moments for Trevor, like how we've seen in Iron Man 3 and Shang-Chi. So yeah, Ben did a very good job playing as the one and only Trevor Slattery because that is like my most favorite role of his, and I'm glad he came back to play as that character. It has been a while for him since in the Shang-Chi movie, so I'm very happy he came back to play as him in the Wonder Man series. Well, it makes sense because of like the whole thing with the whole acting situation with Simon and also everything else. So I totally did the quality for all the scenes right here, especially like the cast members, as I mentioned. So I love like the good moments between Trevor and Simon right here, since I love the good moments between those two characters, especially like the except for the first episode, like later on in the first episode, and then the rest of the episodes too. So I totally dig everything else for the series itself, and I won't spoil a thing just in case if you guys haven't gotten a chance to watch some of the episodes or even the entire series itself, because like I said, it already streamed on Disney Plus last week on Tuesday. So, anyways, I totally dig the cool scenes for all the episodes. With some parts, there are like little issues right here that I'm not a fan of, but the rest are still pretty good in my opinion. But I know I said this before. If you guys already seen like the entire series like I did, you already know the whole thing. But if not, I won't spoil a thing just in case, since this is like my usual non-spoiler reviews for my movie and TV show reviews here on the channel. So yeah, I totally did like the cool scenes right here between Simon and Trevor right here. I love the good moments, and I love like their nice like friendship scenes for the two characters, which I totally adore. I love like the cool scenes with Von Kovac, and I like the bit of the funny moments for Von Kovac. It was just pretty fun with like the no ski scenes right here in his mansion between Simon and Trevor, like how we've seen in the trailers and the TV spots for the series itself. And yeah, I totally did like the cool scenes and everything else. And I also like the cool scenes with actually just the amazing parts is what I might say. I didn't mean to repeat that part. So the amazing parts for like Simon's powers just impresses me. Like, okay, I don't want to spoil the thing right here. What I just did just a bit, but still, I totally did like Simon's powers, and I'm just impressed by it with like the special effects for it and also everything else too. And yeah, I also love like the other cool moments right here with Simon's flashback, how he's seen like the old Wonder Man movie from the past. I think that was like taking place from the 80s or the 90s or something like that. But yeah, I totally dig the cool flashback scenes with young Simon Williams and like what the storyboard for those scenes looks like for one of the episodes. And yeah, I totally did like the nice, like, good scenes right here. How Simon is gonna play out as Wonder Man for his acting role for the character, and that remake in the series itself with Von Kovac and also everyone else, especially Trevor Slattery. And yeah, I just totally did like everything else right here, but I still love the funny moments between Simon and Trevor, and I totally dig like the Trevor Slattery funny moments, which I totally adore right here. Since again, Ben Kingsley still crushed it as always, and yeah, I just like all the cool scenes and everything else. And I love how I like some of the Mandarin scenes from Iron Man 3 just a bit of it. I didn't mean to spoil that bit right there, but I totally dig that right here, like how we've seen in the trailers for the show itself. So yeah, I just like everything else right here, since I totally understand what the whole series is all about ever since I watched like some of the TV spots, well mostly like the whole series itself, like all 8 episodes. But it would have been nice if they like streamed more than 8 episodes. But I know I said this before, but again, this is just how the whole thing really is. And yeah, I still wish they could like stream more than 8 episodes for the series. It is like the same amount as like some of the other MCU Disney Plus shows, like I don't know, maybe like What If Season 3 or some of the other series, but I was surprised that they stream all 8 episodes in one day. At least we don't have to like wait until another week for every episode to stream on Disney Plus for these type of shows right here. So I'm glad they stream all 8 episodes for the show itself, since we don't have to like wait for another week for another one to show up like how they used to do it. So they did like the same thing for like the other shows, especially like Marvel Zombies too. So yeah, I totally dig the episodes, but I still wish they could make more than 8. Well, again, I understand this is just how the whole thing is, but still, I wish they could make more than 8 episodes. But I totally dig some of the episodes. Well, some of them are pretty good. Some are alright because it has like some issues that I still wish they could fix up. But at least I totally dig everything else right here. And I honestly loved the soundtrack for the series itself, especially like that other song from the first episode. I had to look it up for what the actual name of it was. I did listen to it a few times, and it gives me like that 80s vibes in that country look. So yeah, I totally did like the soundtracks for the series itself, since I totally dig it for all eight of the episodes. I just thought the soundtrack for this series was pretty good in my opinion. So yeah, I totally did like the good moments for the characters, and I love like the a little emotional like plot twist for one of the scenes for the flashback scenes for Samuel Williams, like for his past when he was younger, like he was like in his teen years, I would say, if I remember this correctly. I did watch all the episodes last week, and I did watch the season finale last night. So I honestly dig the season finale, which is the eighth and final episode of the series. I thought it looked pretty cool right here, but again, I don't want to spoil a thing just in case if you guys haven't watched it or some of the episodes and even the whole series itself. But I also totally did like the cool shots right here, since I really love the shot angles right here, and I also love the production designs for like the sets and everything else for like the locations and also everything else for the series itself, since I was a real sucker for that. I was just impressed by it with the whole production design for all the locations for the series itself. And yeah, I just totally love everything else right here for the series, and I'm just totally intrigued by it, since now I get to understand like what the whole show is about. Since first off, again, when I was reacting to that trailer last year in October, I thought this show was gonna be an okay series in my opinion after I reacted to the trailer, but once I've watched all the episodes and seen like the TV spots and the behind the scenes, I was just impressed by it, since I've seen the positive reviews, and turns out this series was amazing in my opinion. So now I already gave it a shot right here, since I was so worried that Marvel is gonna go downhill for the first start of the year, since I still hate when it goes down, which is pretty annoying and it really sucks. But turns out the series was a very great start for it, since again the reviews are pretty good, since I've seen like people saying positive reviews about the series itself. Well, even though some other people aren't a fan of the issues right here, like how I was, since they could just don't like fixing out the issues for it, but still everything else was pretty good in my opinion. Since I love the good quality, the cast members was pretty good, especially Yaya and Sir Ben Kingsley. So yeah, I totally dig everything else for the show itself. And again, I still wish they could stream more than 8 episodes, but again, this is just how the whole series is. But yeah, I totally dig everything else, since I really love like the flashback scenes as I mentioned, and yeah, I still love the visual effects for this series itself with the whole like everything else, like the photography, directing, also everything that we've seen for the series itself, since I am a fan of that. And yeah, I just totally dig the soundtracks too, and it was just pretty good in my opinion. So hopefully Wonder Man will return in Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, because I would love to see Yaya return to play as Wonder Man again, and hopefully it will happen again, like in Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars, or maybe they're planning on to make like a second season, like after Doomsday and Secret Wars, or right before those movies hits in theaters. But yeah, I just wanted to see that happening. But I totally dig the series itself. Now I understand what the whole thing is about with Simon's acting and also everything else right here for the series itself, but at least I still had a fun time watching it, since I totally dig the eighth and final episode, aka the season finale, which I totally dig. And yeah, I just totally love that fourth episode, which is like that black and white episode, since I totally dig the episode. Well, at least they're like a little, there are like some issues for it, is what I meant to say for it, but at least it is pretty solid, but I just totally dig it. But at least I really like everything else for the show itself. I was just impressed by it. I love the good quality, and also, yeah, the characters are very awesome in my opinion. So I still had a fun time watching the show, And I thought it was just a huge hit to me, in my opinion, and I also dig it for the lineup itself. At least it is a very good way to start off the MCU in 2026, in my opinion, for the lineup itself. So I don't have anything else to say, but I totally enjoyed this show for the lineup itself. So that is it for now. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you later.